Hello, everyone, and welcome to Terribad Tavern. Beardy tried to pull a fast one. We're still waiting on Mystic to come back from taking a short break from her stream. So we're just kind of doing pre-game stuff. Everybody's prepping their dice rolls and, getting their things ready. This might be a perfectly good time to do a recap, even though FIFA can't do it. FIFA doesn't know what the fuck happened last time.
Dearest of diaries! So anyway, there I was. I saw some wild stuff. That's it.
That's it. So,
that is all.
To pull back a little bit of a curtain, Beardy, a little bit of a curtain, I'm not going to reveal everything. Beardy and I had a private conversation after the last session about what happened, what FIFA saw during all of this, and it was pretty solid. And so the actual, I saw some stuff is about as accurate as it can get with FIFA. So, yeah. Welcome in, everyone. Oh, man.
Hey, Soul.
Yeah, what's up?
Have you heard the one about the Greek playwright who brought his pants to a tailor?
Oh God.
Euripides?
Ah, you have heard it.
You told me this joke on Tuesday during Hot Drop Tuesday.
At least 2 times.
At least twice.
That was twice, yes. I did hear that joke twice on Tuesday.
So anyway, this Greek playwright
Fuck's sake.
Beardy, we've all heard this joke.
brings his pants to a tailor.
That was a good
Nope.
one.
No, she asked.
Oh, this is nerd. Oh, let me start it over. So anyway, this Greek playwright.
Oh my god. Be sure to bring Mystic's camera in, Beardy, before you start getting
yes,
into
you're
this.
Right. Let me do that.
Damn it.
Oh.
So
There's
Mystic, have
Mystic.
you heard the one about the Greek playwright who brought his pants to a tailor?
Oh, I can't wait, we can't hear her.
Uh-oh.
You here?
You're muted in Discord, Mystic.
I don't know. Here we go. Now I can hear it. So. I don't know why.
I don't want to tell this too many times. So.
I don't want to tell this too many times. Said it twice in the same stream and is bringing it back to this one. There it is.
The play. No. What happened?
Oh,
So
okay.
this Greek playwright brings his pants to a tailor, yeah?
Yeah.
Tailor takes
color
one look
are
at the
they?
pants. They're purple, but they've got like the brown stripe. They're vertical stripe, purple, and they're like circus pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the tailor takes one look at the Greek playwright and one look at the pants and says, "Euripides?" And the tailor says, or no, the Greek playwright says, "Yeah, Eumenides?"
Fuck's sake.
Oh yeah.
I've actually heard that one before.
I hate it.
It's so good though.
Hey, Scarf 5 months.
Sexy.
Alright, we're all here. Are we all ready to play some D&D now that that happened?
Now that that.
Let's hope another party member doesn't shoot me with a flaming arrow.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So, to remind...
How could you?
To remind everyone of what happened last time, the party encountered a man who challenged them all to a game of strategy. They suddenly were teleported to a field where the darkness could not be penetrated even by, simple firelight. They fought some...
Can we need to pause? I'm sorry.
What happened?
Just do
We're
it.
having tech issues.
It's a good time to remind you that the stream is sponsored by the Greek playwright who brought his pants to the table.
Euripides.
I disconnected.
Euripides.
The nerds just got a new wireless headset, so they're having some issues getting it properly connected. So we apologize in advance for any issues that might have.
It's a terrible joke.
This stream is also sponsored
No, I
by
can hear them.
She-Wolf88, just for being awesome.
Just for being awesome.
It is indeed.
Also sponsored by Ames, who literally just gave me bits. Thank you, Ames.
Yay!
Sponsored
It's
by
also literally
Ames.
sponsored by Ames.
Yeah.
Oh man. Mr. Nerd, can I do the recap and you'll be okay, or do you want to hear the recap so you remember what's going on?
Do you want to hear the recap, Glenn? He said, nope, go ahead.
Okay, so I can keep going with the recap and everything will be fine?
Yep.
Okay. So, they fought some creatures that they identified to be... Oh my god, why can't I remember what they're called at this exact moment? Displacer beasts. Didn't even need to open the book. That's how good I am.
Bro.
They fought creatures they identified to be displacer beasts, and upon fighting them in the forest, they were then, I guess, knocked out is the best word for it, again, by the old man who said he's going to have a lot more fun with them in the future. FIFA blacked out during the fight and displayed some powers that he hasn't shown before. So it was a very interesting and eventful time. And so we will find ourselves in this next instance as soon as Mr. Nerd is ready and has his technical difficulties taken care of. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
How does everyone so we're right now on episode 9, right? This
Yeah.
is the 9th installment of Terribad Tavern presents D&D.
It is.
I can't
How-
even count to 9.
So what are people's, I guess, let's just ask this real question real quick. What is everyone's like predictions of what's going on? Like what is your guys' vibe of like what's happening in the world right now?
General kind of corn's a dick.
You have to like reset these.
Did you say General Kettlecorn's a dick?
Yeah. Can confirm.
Yeah, can confirm.
He's a fun pal.
Okay. Very well.
Also, Mr. Wise Man at the table would seem to be, not so, appealing as he was before. And I'm interested to find where's who was our little friend that we had?
FIFA.
No, not
Which little
Oh, I
friend?
just spilled water
You are.
everywhere.
What little friend?
No, was it? We had two guys that we rescued one guy.
So there
who's
was
now kind of gone off.
there was Alex, who you rescued, and Alan, who died.
Yes, and Alex. I'm wondering if we're going to see him again, and if we're going to be able to do our fast travel, which maybe Dorcas might have or not screwed up for us. From waving around his big ball of redness.
Interesting way to go with that. Interesting way to go with that description.
Sorry, I spilled water everywhere. I'm just cleaning it up.
It's all right.
How dare you?
Oh God.
It's so wet.
I like how like we were sitting here and I was like, all right, if we're all good, I'm gonna turn the cameras on. Everybody was like, yeah, do it, and then immediately technical difficulties happened. I feel like that's just the epitome
Hey,
of
that's part of
Terribad.
live entertainment, baby.
It is. It
Oh,
really
yes,
is.
it is.
Sometimes that just be the way the cookie is fitting in your mouth
Don't
hole
stab
and
me.
spilling the crumbs all over the floor.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That was the most FIFA explanation of cookies
I
I've
like
ever
it.
heard.
Pete was actually never had a cookie.
What?
Yeah.
Remember when FIFA
So
tried to make
what
a
you
like a Xantax joke to Xerxes and didn't understand what the difference was?
But that was actually.
But it was-
Remember when it turned out it was actually a beardy thing?
Yeah, it was actually just Beardy not knowing the difference between Xerxes and Xantax.
The lines got a little too blurred in that moment.
Do what? I think
Okay.
I did.
Oh goodness.
Okay, we can go.
We good?
Well, we're yeah.
You sure? I mean, if you need a minute, I can like put us on pause. I can play an ad. Like,
Nope, we're good.
okay, if that's the, we're good to go. Okay, then let's.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Fuck,
just kidding.
I swear to Christ. Okay, let's play some D&D, everyone. So, you're all standing in the clearing where time has frozen, and the old man has appeared above all of you over the tree line and smiles. And as he holds a wad of clay out above all of you, he says, "I think I'm going to have fun with you." And drops, and the ball of clay falls, and before any of you can move out of the way of its growing diameter, you all suddenly black out. And you awake with a sudden start. You are all sitting in what appears to be a tavern, but there is a soft blue light in the air, an unnatural sort of light, keeping everything bright and seeable. You all sit around a round sort of bar table in the far side of this room. You look around, and this bar has plenty of tables and chairs and a piano in one corner, but is otherwise completely empty. There are no patrons, and no one seems to be around. You look, and the windows that would seemingly go to the street are boarded up, and there is light coming through them, which is where this soft blue light is coming from, but there doesn't seem to be any sound or otherwise shadows moving past the windows. The far wall, furthest from all of you, has a very large bookshelf on it, filled with hundreds of books. They're all just packed side to side. And then to the wall furthest from the door, there is a long bar with a mirror on the back of it. There seems to be no alcohol along the back wall. It's just sort of shelves with strange bottles, nothing particularly, identifying as a wine or a scotch bottle. And then a door to a back room. And this is the area you find yourselves in.
I'm going to immediately check on FIFA. Is FIFA still in my little papoose?
No, I would say you all are sitting in your own chair around this table.
I get back into the papoose.
That's okay. It's okay. I got you, buddy. Are you doing okay? How you?
Am I
alright?
conscious?
You are conscious in this. You have now gained consciousness. You're back. You're here.
Oh, hello. I'll just go back into this comfy old thing if possible.
I got you, buddy. Don't you? Our accountability pact is still in place.
Oh, that is good to hear. I'm going to need it. Where are?
Why?
We don't know.
Yeah. We're in a game.
We're in a game.
Yeah, we're in some sort of game from the man that was at the table.
Oh, don't go help the farmer. The farmer doesn't need help. Or was it was there a farmer? I don't remember.
The
Bad
man with the
farmer
sick kid.
vibes.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
So yeah, we've fought off those beastie things that kidnapped you, and got you back, and now we're in this tavern.
Well, I suppose the first thing we do is look around for a drink. And I start to look around for a drink.
All right, go ahead and roll perception for me.
How dare you make me roll something as I say I'm gonna do something? I wasn't prepared.
How dare you make me
Natural
roll?
one.
Nice. Love it. You go to get out of this papoose and fall and knock over a chair along with your fall and just fall flat on the ground.
Whoa!
You clatter to the ground, taking a chair with you, and the door next to the bar opens. And I'd say relatively younger looking man walks out. He's human. He seems to have sort of a scruff beard around, and the clothes he's wearing, to us, as, you know, beyond the fourth wall, would know it as a three-piece suit with a nice tie and, you know, pocket hanky and all these things. But to all of you living in Persalon, have never seen someone who dresses like this before. It's not of the fancy style in Persalon. And he steps out and looks at all of you and goes, "Oh, I didn't realize I had guests. Don't worry about the chair. Can I get you anything?" And steps behind the bar.
What is that attire you are wearing?
He kind of looks down and goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, just kind of threw it on. I was planning on going out, but it's no big deal."
I'm intrigued by the style.
Going where?
Oh,
Yes.
he kind of chuckles. He goes, "And it's full of show me. Every now and again, I think, oh, I get a little time to myself, and I can step out." And he's, as he's saying this, he's reaching under the bar and pulling glasses out and setting them up on the bar. He goes, "I think I get a little time to myself, and I can step out for a moment, but I guess duty calls always."
DM,
Yeah.
is there a country in Persalon that begins with an M?
A country in Persalon that begins with N?
Leah.
Yeah, Malia.
I'll have a Malian mule, please.
He kind of chuckles and he goes, "Malian mule. Oh, you mean like this?" And grabs the cup and knocks it once on the bar, and the cup just fills. And a Malian mule is in the glass.
Does he seem to know where Malia is?
He seems, after he, like, thinks for a moment, he gets, like, the sort of quirk of, like, "Oh, I know what he's talking about," and then that's when he taps the glass. He smiles and goes, "Anybody else?"
Have you got any chicken wings there at all? Maybe.
He smiles and goes, "Oh, a little more hungry," and he grabs one of the empty glasses and pushes it down, and it turns from a glass into a plate, and then he swirls his finger around it, and as his hand passes across your vision, from the other side comes chicken wings.
I like this guy. There's stuff and things.
Do you have anything
Can I
to
roll an
do
Arcana
with
check?
You
this?
can, Dorcas. What'd you say, Azrael?
I said, do you have anything to deal with this? And I show him my torn clothes and burned backside.
Actually, something you notice is that you aren't injured in any way. Your clothes are as new as the day you bought them, and none of you have any noticeable injuries.
So does that mean we can put our health back to normal?
Not quite yet.
It's repaired. I don't feel okay.
Dorcas also rolled a natural 1 on
damn.
his Arcana check. This is,
Oh.
Dorcas, this is some crazy magic. Some things you didn't even learn about in school.
Wait, but I can actually detect that it is magic?
It's magic. People don't just make chicken wings appear.
I mean,
The
have you
rules
heard
of
of
this world?
DoorDash?
Wow, you almost had to spit it out.
Fucking smartass. Alright.
What school of wizardry did you go to in order to learn the spells you're casting right now?
He kind of looks at you a little odd and goes, "School of Wizardry. All of them. I guess is the best answer I can give to that.
What is your name?
He starts laughing a little bit and he goes, names stopped mattering a long time ago. I
Can
guess...
you roll insight on this guy?
Sure, you can. He goes, names mattered... Honestly, I can't remember the last time. People mainly just call me the Seer.
This is all balancing for last time.
Insight, 5 + 2. He seems like a pretty relaxed guy. He doesn't seem to have any, like,
Yeah.
creepiness about him. He seems to be very chill about this whole situation.
Do you have a game for us, Seer?
Game? No. No games here.
I think the
How-
better question is, where the hell are we?
He smiles and slaps his hand on the bar and he goes, that is the question you should be asking. I knew it. And he goes, please, come, sit down, please. And motions you all to come join him at the bar.
Okay.
Right, do you all come and join him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you all come and sit at the bar in front of, I would suppose, your respective glasses, with it being that Vaza had wings and FIFA had a drink ordered, and there are a couple empty ones, but he goes, all right, now, the best way I can describe this, well, hold on. First off, let's start with your names, because it'll help me kind of register it for you. Now, let me get this right. One of you is named FIFA, right?
Yes, that's me.
It was fantastic. Then I think I can surmise who the rest of you are. And he flips his wrist, and some books from that bookshelf come off the wall and float over and lay in front of each of you. And some of them are a little thicker than others, but they all have your names on them. And Dorcas and Gildea specifically, not just your last name, but your full names. And he goes, all right, now let's see where everything ended last. And swipes his hand, and all the books fly open to the last page. And he looks down and he goes, game of strategy? What does that mean exactly?
It's what we agreed to do with this old man.
Kinda old, scrangly looking dude in a cloak.
Aye.
Yeah.
Scrangly's a bit
Jesus,
mean,
LA.
but yeah.
He's sent a few my way. Interesting though, because, so, how do I describe this? You're in the afterlife, but not the afterlife you'd expect. See, all religions have their own version of the afterlife, and whatever you believe, you end up there, but adventurers, like yourselves, end up with me most of the time, people of the land. But, you see, the last entry here, for all of you, is that you played the game of strategy. Typically, the last entry is, and then they passed on. So, you shouldn't be here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we could agree to that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Last time we defeated 3 beasts. Apparently, surprised the person who's running the game.
right, and he uses, some magic he really shouldn't be, but I can't exactly stop him. I'm not supposed to get myself involved with such things, but you fought the Displacer Beasts, and you won, so you rightfully should have, ended up back where your bodies were, back in the town just outside of the Citadel. However, you ended up here, and that's the part that doesn't make any sense. So, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna cut you all a break and let you go home. But my problem is I can't guarantee where home is.
That's okay with me.
We were looking for an amulet.
And I'm sure you're gonna find it, but you will not find it here.
Is there more you can tell us besides you're going to send us home and that you don't know where that is going to be?
Where could it be?
Just about anywhere in Persalon, really. I'm gonna try to get it as close to where you were as possible, but I haven't been to Persalon in quite some time, so I can't guarantee anything. And as for where we are and what all this means, Okay, people call me the Seer, as I mentioned, and they call me that for good reason. I see everything that is, was, and may be. And I know for a fact, based off your books here, that you all still have what may be. So you can't be now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's hard to explain fifth dimensional thinking to three-dimensional beings.
Well, as long as you can get us back in Persalon instead
Will
of
you be
in this game.
around the same time in Persalon?
Oh, yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm going to try to shoot it as close as possible. I mean, I know roughly where you were based off your books here, so I can get it pretty close. I just might be a little off. A week in time at the most.
In the game?
A week in time.
Yeah, give or take, maybe. Maybe just a couple days. It's fine, don't worry about it.
Question about the here. Is
Sure.
there like a night sky here?
I mean, define sky. Really?
I would like to look at some stars.
Okay.
I've never seen the stars from an angle that isn't Persalon, and I've certainly never seen anything in a fifth dimension.
Okay, I guess this is a good way I can better explain where you've ended up. Sure, let me just... And he pulls his hands out really wide and pulls them together, and the walls, the ceiling, and the floor of this sort of tavern just sort of collapse in on themselves.
Yes. Trippy shit. I was hoping for trippy shit.
And you find yourself in sort of darkness for a moment, just kind of in an inky black, space. And light sort of builds up from his hands, and he pulls them apart. And as he does, you see, FIFA, you recognize the constellations that sort of surround your planet and that you see in the Persalon sky. And they spread out all around you to a point where you could walk around and touch them and move them if you wanted to. And he goes, this is where we exist. In an area where the limits don't matter to those who know how to alter them.
Is it? I'm sorry. This is like a once in a lifetime thing. Is it okay to like walk around here?
Sure. I can give you a couple minutes. It's a lot to take in.
Everybody, come here. So I want to show you some of my favorites. Oh my gosh! And FIFA like starts taking you through. He's like, oh my gosh, these are some of my favorite constellations. Okay, so this one is the couple, and they nerd together, and they're wonderful. This one's a raven, but it's mystic. These are all my favorites. This one is a cupcake. It's called the patty cake. This is the great hero of the trio of terror, Ames. There's the she-wolf of 88 varieties. This one is a little diamond in the sky. It's called the Jewel of Arcadia. That one's a mystical creature called a giraffe. Oh,
You
some of my other favorites.
you start going down this list, getting more and more starstruck that these constellations are you can reach out and you can touch them, like they're not off in the distance, like you're that close. And the person who is still standing behind the bar, like the bar still exists along with your chairs, goes, okay, FIFA, I think
Well,
that's...
there's just two more. If you look right here at the perfect angle, you see the word Momo. Then there's my favorite one of all. It guides travelers in the night sky. It teaches you where north is. It's prismatic and it's called the Soul Prism. There's also the withered rose over there. Oh my gosh, this is phenomenal.
The seer goes, all right, enough, and claps, and the stars sort of fly away just in a blink, and then all of the walls and floors begin to raise themselves up again, and you're all just standing in the center of this tavern, as if you never left. And he goes, I think that's about enough tour through a fifth dimension. Now that we've gone through all that, I think it's time you all return to your dimension.
And how would we do that exactly?
Oh, through the door. And you start hearing what sounds like people talking through the other side of the door, like some, conversations happening.
Yay.
Are we about to learn fast travel out of the fifth dimension?
He sort of cocks his head. He goes, I don't know about fast travel. You're gonna walk through a portal. God, this is hard to explain.
I'm just gonna walk to the door and go through it.
I like you, friend. I know you don't have a name, but I think I'll call you the Unholy God 2000.
God damn it. By the way, thank you for following Unholy God. But he waves you all on and goes, I hope you have a good time out there, everyone.
Are you a god? Can we worship you? Like, how does that work?
I don't think that's the right word for it. Let's put it this way. I hope to not see all of you again for a very long time. Not because I don't like the company, but because meeting me is never a good thing.
Oh, you seem nice enough, though.
Yeah, I guess, but... anyway. And just sort of starts cleaning up the things that are on the bar in front of him. He goes, off you all go. I'll see you one day, I guess.
I look forward to it.
Before I start walking through, I'm like looking through everyone's books to find out who shot me.
Make an investigation check real quick.
We're told who shot.
You were told, but I want to see it. I want to see if you can find
I
it.
didn't trust it.
Ooh, this is like
The suspense.
no one let me roll it. Hang on.
Ooh. Watch, it's gonna roll like 16 of them.
That's not what I want to do. It's not letting me roll it.
Here, let me see your thing.
It's not letting me roll that thing.
You said investigation, right?
Yes!
Oh no.
Oh no, it hasn't come up for me.
It's a 2
It's beautiful.
minus 1.
It's a 2 minus 1. He knows nothing.
You are not able to look into you go to look into the books and you kind of fumble, and as you do, the seer sort of flips the book you were reaching for close and goes, not for you.
But it happened to me.
But not for you. And pulls the book to the other side of the bar. You all exit.
Yeah.
You all step.
Um,
Whoop. I'll wait.
I'm gonna hang back and ask one question.
Okay. Everyone begins
There's all number.
heading for the door. I won't say they've fully gotten through it yet. And you're at the bar as Azriel turns away from his attempt at getting a book as the seer is sort of cleaning up.
You said you can see what might be.
Yeah. I can see all that was, is, and may be. Why?
We doing the right thing? We helping the right people?
That is a loaded question, isn't it? He pulls a stool from the other side, like from his side of the bar, and sits on it and sort of rests against the like the bar for a moment. I need to find a note that I made a long time ago. Give me a moment. Okay. What's up? You said
I was just gonna stall for you a second.
Oh no, we're good. I got it.
I'm like, you got it.
He sort of leans across the table and he goes, Skrios, the idea of good and bad is completely personal. I can't tell you that what you're doing is right, and I can't tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Okay? What I can tell you is that there are things to come in the future. Guaranteed. You and your friends may or may not have a hand in them. And you may or may not have a hand in it on a side that you want to be on. But the side you choose will absolutely put the outcomes in someone else's favor. You need to trust that the side you're on is the right one. I'm not here to tell you which side to be on. I'm here to let you know, when it inevitably ends, how well you did at being you.
You.
And
Get up. I leave.
you walk off and he goes, all right. And you all step through the door. And as you do, this blue light that was sort of shining through the boards and things hits you, and it's difficult to see for a moment. But as your vision clears and you wipe your eyes, you're standing in Mirrorville, on one of the main roads in Mirrorville. And you turn back to look at the door you just came through, and all you see is a stone wall. You simply seems to have just stepped into reality here.
I wonder if this is what it feels like. One time I did this thing.
Do you think he noticed that I didn't drink the drink I hate, Malian Mules?
I'm pretty sure that he probably knows a lot more than that.
I didn't want to offend him.
Is there anything around us that I can see that maybe has the date and time to tell us when we've ended?
So there is the giant government building all the way at the far end that has the sundial that is seeable for all of Mirrorville. You see that it is late afternoon, early evening, whereas it was about noon when all of you went into town and found the person who wanted to play a game of strategy.
Is it the same day of the same year of the same month?
That is not on that clock, so you wouldn't be able to figure that out.
It's the one shop that we're, using for we can travel between places. That's in Maryville, isn't it?
There was one in Mirabelle. There was also one above in the Citadel.
Oh, we
Should
know
we
someone
go
there.
there
That's
and
where I'm
see
gonna
if
go.
she
Yeah.
recognizes us?
All right. You all wander about a bit, trying to find your way through Mirabelle, and you eventually come upon Brimstone's Battle Boutique. And as you enter, it's very dark in here. It seems like it's not particularly open, but the door was unlocked, so you sort of usher yourselves in. And you're in Brimstone's. The bell does go off.
Oh, yeah.
There is a chime as you enter. But typically there are books organizing themselves and things moving around the shop, and it's very bright due to the chandeliers and things, but none of the chandeliers are all dimmed. You can see, just not very well, and nothing is really organizing itself in here.
Is the cat anywhere around here?
Yeah, the cat is up on the second floor where all the bookshelves are, resting on the railing.
Does it look like Brimstone's here?
No. It doesn't, when you look around, it's almost like you walked into a place that is closed. Like someone forgot to lock a door and you walked in and the place is closed down. The magic wall is still locked, but the usual, mundane weapon side is just as it's normally displayed.
Silly, she's not here. Let's go.
Great.
Giving you side eye, Asriel.
Hello.
Do you call out hello?
I do.
You call out, and there is kind of a weird echo. With how full this room is, there's an odd sort of hello, hello, hello. Like an odd spacious echo, almost as if you yelled it in a field. Yeah.
Someone else feel it.
Yeah.
Hi.
Do you all want to keep investigating this or head your way out?
I want to investigate. I want to see where everyone is.
All right. What do you want to investigate specifically?
So, can we see the back room where almost traveled?
There is that door. That door is there. It is not open. Okay. You go to the back and knock on that door, and there's sort of a shake that comes from the door, and the door sort of flies open in your face, and you have to take a step back as it does, and Brimstone's on the other side, and her hair is kind of a mess, and her clothes are a little disheveled, and she sort of looks around and goes, Asriel?
Hello?
She goes, did you guys need something? Is it important?
What day is it?
I'm sorry?
Day and the year. What are they?
The same one it was when you saw me this morning?
This morning?
Yeah. You saw me up in the Citadel this morning. Again, is this going somewhere? I'm busy.
What do you know about the seer?
Who?
Oh,
See
we're
ya?
We
that's
didn't see her in the Citadel this morning, did we?
yeah, we did.
We did?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry to have bothered you.
Okay, you guys don't need to buy anything?
free.
Okay.
I mean, if there's anything you're getting rid of,
Not for free. I look. Is it life or death right now?
No.
Okay, then unfortunately the Mirabelle shop is currently closed. Come back later.
Is there something wrong?
I'm really am like, you hear a slam happen from behind her, and she goes, "I'm busy. Can we do this later?"
Sure.
Yes.
And she goes, "Thank you," and the door closes with a hard slam, and you hear a lock, and the door kind of shakes and rumbles again.
Oh, she was sassy.
I was even
How
more
far-
odd than I expected.
How far away is if we wanted to get back to where we met that guy?
If you guys wanted to just go up to the Citadel and go all the way back, you would probably get there relatively late at night. It took you about half the day to get from the Citadel to the town, so you'd get there pretty late since it's early evening now.
Would it still be open?
Would still be
Man
open?
on a table.
Oh yeah, he was sitting at a table just on the side of the road. Well, at this, like, in town off the path, but
So if this is the same day that we met Brimstone, is this the same day we left?
It's not the same day you met Brimstone, but it's this. She said this morning, so you can surmise it's the day you went to meet. Like, you went to the town.
The day after the day, it's still the day of the funeral.
Yes, that day.
It's the same day that we met the game guy.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a lot. To
I was like,
answer for.
did we just get an opportunity to save Alan?
Aww. Yeah.
Alan.
Feel like I want to question that gangly dude, and also I need to find Simon.
Oh, the mule, the donkey you bought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. So you all head out of Brimstone's. I'm gonna roll something here real quick. I'm gonna use my new fancy dice that I just bought.
So it was a natural 20.
It's actually a 17. So you all walk out of Brimstone's, and then quite suddenly, hang on, 1, 2, there's 5 of you. Let me roll. What would I roll? What do you roll when you want 1 out of 5? There aren't D5s, right?
Right.
That's nice.
There's
You
what?
roll you roll a d6 and 5 or 6 is both 5.
I can do that, yeah, that works. Cool. Gildea,
Yes.
make a dexterity check.
Okay.
Oh,
Sounds good.
Druid said D10. That makes so much sense. I'm an idiot.
Math. Druid is so good at math. It's not even.
I'm so bad at math. 17 plus 2, 19. Okay, you don't fall over, but as you walk out of the, as you all walk out of the store, you are suddenly just ran into. Like, somebody walks into you. And there's a loud slam of steel colliding together, and you don't fall, you sort of stagger a bit. But you look in front of you, and William, where the automaton, Warforged, that you all had met a few days ago,
The metal man.
yes, is standing in front of you. And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, I did not notice you there. Are you alright?"
I'm fine.
The slots that are his eyes kind of narrow for a moment. He goes, "Have we met before?"
I honestly don't
Yeah, which of us met? Yeah, Beardy met. Beardy
remember.
met.
It was
met.
FIFA, wasn't it?
Yeah,
FIFA 's
FIFA.
met.
Who all met?
Of course. It's
Beardy forgot.
Will I am.
Beardy forgot.
Silly, how could I forget? How are you? How are you? How is your adventuring group? It had a great name, awesome ring to it. It was phenomenal. It reminded me.
Something, wasn't it?
The light, his eyes, become larger, and the lights that are across him sort of light up, and he goes, "The blue flame."
The blue flame, of course. How is everything with the blue flame going?
Oh, well, it's actually good I ran into all of you. I meant to ask, have you seen my warlock friend anywhere around?
Oh, your warlock friend. What did they look like? Give me a reminder.
Oh, she had sort of magic around her face, and you can tell he doesn't really know how to describe facial features, so he just kind of waves his hands in front of his face.
Yes, magic around the face. Yes. Have I seen them recently?
I can say that since leaving their company the first time, you haven't run into them.
Great. Remind me, do I have a rock that contacts them?
You do,
Something
yes.
like that? Yes, let me see if I can ring up somebody for you. And I hold up the rock and I say, yes, operator, the blue flame, please.
Roll me an Arcana check.
I'm good at these.
I lean over to Gildea and say, "Do you understand half the things he says sometimes?"
No, I don't.
Another natural one!
-1 is 0.
It's incredible.
The rock doesn't
Oh,
light
last
up.
time we were all rolling so well. I really don't need to combat this game.
You know, it occurs to me that I never got a lesson on how to quite use this. Maybe my friend Will.I.Am, the automaton, can help me. Here.
No, it wasn't a one use only. I think I stated it as a once per day use. Let me open something here real quick. I thought I wrote it down.
I was really hoping he'd get someone on the other line that was just.
No one you were looking for.
What do you want?
Why are you calling me at this ungodly hour?
We've been trying to contact you about your car's extended warranty.
No.
He reaches down and takes a stone from you, and he goes, "Beatrice, are you on the other side of this?" And the rock kind of glows a little bit, and there's a moment of silence, and the rock then, the glow fades from it, and he goes, "Odd, she doesn't normally go missing," and hands it back to you, FIFA, and goes, "Well, if you notice her, let me know, will you?"
Yes, how would you like us to contact you?
Oh, I have one of those too. It should connect to me just as well.
Yes, can you show me how, please?
Yeah, I suppose I could. You just hold, and he, opens a panel on the side of him and reaches in and pulls out a rock. And he goes, "You just say the name and then your response. So in this case, FIFA, are you there?" And the rock glows, and then from your hand, your rock glows, and you hear his voice say, "Are you there?"
Will.I.Am? Yes, I am.
The rock kind of glows, and it's sort of like a staticky "yes, I am," and it's I think it might have been your pronunciation, but we can work on it.
Did I pronounce it weird?
Sure. He sets the rock back into the panel in his body and goes, "Well, I better get looking, so if you find anything, let me know."
Best of luck to you!
And
Are you sure you don't want us to come and help you look? We've been sent off to help people in the kingdom. We would love for you to be our first real client.
He waves his hand as he begins walking away. He goes, "No, we're on a mission. I need to find her."
Alrighty, well, you know how to find me.
And he wanders off into the crowd.
How I kind of turn back to everybody else. I say, how could I have forgotten the coolest being that I have ever seen in my entire full 9 years of existence? How could you have let me forget? I know it's been traumatic, but I blame all of you. Keep me accountable better.
I look at his accountability button.
I smack him in the head with my tail.
Ah, thank you. You've jogged my memory.
Oh,
I now
jeez.
remember the blue flame, and I remember exactly what that warlock looks like.
God damn it. I know it's been traumatic, but I blame all of you. Alright, what are you guys
We'll
doing?
start walking back toward where we were gonna go, and since he hasn't seen my tail yet, I'll smack him with mine unknowingly,
Oh,
stealthily.
Vaza! You didn't have to hit me twice. I already remembered.
You all...
I'm gonna look pointedly at Dorcas and be like, goodbye.
I smile and give a friendly wink in a non-sexual way.
A totally platonic wink. You all go find the nearest elevator, which takes you back up into the Citadel. As you step out, the sky is starting to have, wavering colors of the sunset as the sun is on its last few last few, I'd say, hour or so of light. And I guess you begin your trek back to the town you were in. As you do, so many things need to happen. As you do, you run into one of the silver wolves that you have met. And it is, I don't know if you ever learned her name, but she is wearing the, whole silver wolf cloak. She is an older looking woman, and she, as you all sort of walk past, she goes, "Oh, are you guys working on the next thing?"
Next thing?
I just mean, like, you're supposed to be, like, are you guys on a mission? Listen, I just kind of go with the plans that they set out. Like, are you guys, going on a mission? I'm sorry, I'm not good at this.
Is there
I
any other
don't
something
even know
that
if
you
we know
need?
Oh, I mean, I don't need anything. I just saw you guys and, thought I'd see how it was going.
Yes, we happen to be looking for a warlock named Beatrice. Have you seen one?
Beatrice. That sounds familiar.
Oh,
I'll ask my sister. I'm sure she's probably found somebody.
Is this one of those two twins?
Yes, it's one of the two twins.
How much? You said they're old. Like, how old are we talking here?
Older humans, I would say probably late 50s.
what was your name again?
I'm Cody. I know it's hard to tell the difference between me and Misha, but
Cody, do you know who the seer is?
Seer. Well, that's an old magic legend. The Seers... Oh, goodness. Okay, so...
Sorry, legend?
Yeah, so there is the pantheon of all the religions that kind of exist in the world. The Seer isn't really one of them. The Seer is this legend that a lot of road travelers came up with, saying that when someone dies on the road, they go to the Seer, because religion doesn't exist out there. It's kind of a sentinel thing that they do. It's kind of a way of them coping with death. They're supposed to be just another god, I guess.
Okay.
Well, that's cool.
She
Be
goes,
interesting if anybody ever ran into that seer and confirmed that maybe the legends are true.
she
Would that
goes,
be considered like maybe a successful mission if
I mean, yeah, if you could confirm it, but I mean, not many people go to, the ancestral plane and come back. Like, people don't usually die and then return. So I don't know how you'd prove it, but maybe? We also just lost the nerds.
Interesting. Well, have a good rest of your day, Cody.
Hang on, I'm gonna message them and let them know they dropped out of the call.
I think they're.
Okay, we'll give it a second then.
This stream, it's sponsored stream, everybody.
It's not a
Sponsored by making the D&D constellations in the world all of your friends.
That is something.
And making the
FIFA's
DM the North Star.
Apparently.
And popping that into canon without telling the DM.
A lot of this game, I feel like, has been you, actually all of you really, just making canon and not telling me before it happens, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm totally fine with. If you guys want to just kind of like invent shit into the world, if it's not like game breaking, I'll be like, yeah, sure, totally. Like, you just making up constellations is like, I fucking guess those exist.
Literally, I wrote it in my backstory. I was like, and all the constellations that like FIFA, that are FIFA's favorite, are just like the Terribad Club as constellations.
I love it.
Amazing.
I think I got everybody.
You got most of them.
I lost the notebook that I had everything written down in, so that was all like I had to try to do it from memory.
Oh, so you had them all as like notes?
I had like specific constellations for everybody. Yeah. Hey!
They're back. They're muted.
Creature.
It's a mythical creature.
Hi.
Hello.
What the heck?
Sorry.
There is such a... So I went into the voice chat to see, like, it whenever they would come back. I happened to scroll over the thing. The difference in music that Mystic and Beardy are listening to right now.
I've got my D&D mystery playlist going.
Yeah. Anyway, though, you guys are back. All good? Do you guys need to adjust anything before we continue? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Is it me you're looking for?
More
I
audio
can see
issues.
it in your eyes.
Alright, they're having more audio issues.
Our internet took a dive there for a second. I don't know what the
Oh,
heck is
no.
going on.
Hmm. Sad, yes. But yeah, I just, really quick, of course, I want to thank, Ames for donating bits. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. And then, Unholy God, thank you for following. It's really awesome. I'm really bad at, like, showing my appreciation for that stuff, but it really means a whole lot. So yeah.
Hey, chat. Did you ever hear the one? About
I
the Greek
swear
playwright?
to God.
About the Greek playwright who brought his pants to a tailor?
I can't. I can't.
No, Beardy, they didn't.
Shut up.
Oh, well, how fortuitous for all parties involved.
Wait, does that mean they can hear us now? Is it all fixed? Is it good? Can we move on?
He's not good.
Damn it.
I did steal that joke from Hank Green. I should say.
How many times did you steal it?
Every time he stole it, so,
Literally, so I have a running joke when I go on show site with the same crew over and over again, if there's one person who hasn't heard it, I'll make sure that everybody is in the same area, and then I'll tell that one person that joke.
I love the
So
idea.
that everybody else is like, ah!
I love the idea of you going on show site and then just like being on the prowl for someone who doesn't know that joke. Like, okay, who have I told? Who haven't I told? Who's new
Literally,
here?
I keep mental track of like, oh my gosh, I've never worked with that person before. I've never worked with that person before.
It's not so you can remember their name and
It's
where
not
you know
so I
them.
remember their name.
So
It's
you-
literally so I can tell that stupid joke over and over and
Oh my
over.
gosh.
Oh my god.
Do you guys mind if we take a quick break just so we can try and figure this crap out?
Absolutely, I can put us on a quick break and I can run an ad. It's actually a really good place to. We're only an hour in. So everybody, we're gonna go on pause. I'm gonna run an ad, and then you really won't. I usually have like in between music, but it'll screw with our audio if I run in between music right now. So just we will be back, and thank you all for sticking around, and hope you're enjoying it so far. And yeah, see you in a minute.
Bye.
Alrighty, and we're back. Okay, so after that short break, I think we have all our technical difficulties fixed, right? Good. And you were having a conversation with Cody about how she said that, I mean, if you could prove that the seer existed, it'd be great, but I don't know anyone who could.
Well, we'll keep our eye out.
Great. Is there anything you guys need from us at all? Aside from, you know, the whole seer thing?
Are you still here?
Is there anything you're willing to provide?
I mean, I don't have anything on me. I could provide information if I have it.
Do you know
Ah.
about Displacer Beast?
Displacer beasts. Awful apex predators of the Feywilds.
You can say that again.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're pretty bad. Good thing we don't really get them a lot around here.
Who was the last people that controlled them?
The last people to control displacer beasts. I mean, the Fey of the Feywilds. They usually control them on the other side. It's why they don't come into our world.
Do you know of any magic that could, say, take us to the Feywild?
Oh yeah, sure. People, if they're powerful enough, can open portals to the other side. I mean, it's not safe, but if they have the power, they can.
Do you happen to know any old men around here that have that kind of power?
I mean, I guess Oscar, since he's the Master of Mayhem?
Where can we find this Oscar?
Oscar's prepping for his excursion that he's supposed to go on for the Queen out to the castle.
That's the wizard that hired us. He's not the same man, if that's what you're thinking.
Can we be certain?
And feel the same.
I mean, I'm sure he can. If you guys have
Same.
questions, for him, I'm sure he could take a minute from preparing for his excursion to answer some for you. I can't be certain. I don't know what he's up to.
Do we want to talk to Oscar or do we want to keep moving towards Simon?
Oh, we have to find Simon. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cody. We must cut this short. We have to go find our donkey.
How close are we to the castle?
I would say since you guys went from the store, since you went from Brimstone's up, you're probably in the mid district. So you'd have to go through the higher up district, which isn't huge, and then get to the castle. So it'd only really be a few minutes to go to the castle.
I say it might be worth the slight detour to see if this Oscar is the same one we're looking for.
I highly doubt it, but if it's what the group wants, then fine.
Cody kind of looks obvious and goes, "So, do you want to come up? I can find him for you."
Yeah, let's go have a chat to him about Displacer Beast and see if it rings any bells.
Yeah, sure. And she takes you up to the castle. A few minute walk up through the higher up district. At this time of night, it's pretty, lowbrow. Not many people walking around except for, the occasional darting between houses or people closing up shop. You get up to the castle. Again, it's just kind of the guards around. No one's wandering the gardens or anything. Cody takes you up to one of the larger towers that exists in the castle. And once you get to the top of the stairs, which the stairs, when it gets up to this point, as the tower goes up, there gets to a point where the stairs go outside of the tower and come out to a very large balcony. And she knocks on the door to the top of the tower, and a voice shouts, "Enter!" And the doors seem to open on their own. And Cody goes, the Queen's agents had a few questions for you, Oscar. And you see the Master of Mayhem sort of sitting at a very large desk in the center of a very cluttered room. Just books and scrolls and potion brewing and things floating in the air. It is a mess of magic in this room, as well as you see magical strings, sort of like flows of magic, just sort of weaving themselves in the air. Almost the air itself in the room has just ample amounts of magic in it. And he sort of like furrows his brow for him and he goes, I guess can pass a few moments if they have a few questions. Please, come in. And waves you all in, and Cody takes her leave. He goes, unfortunately, I don't have anywhere for you to sit as of right now. Just sort of pick a place that seems clean. I'm preparing for my excursion. Everything's everywhere.
I remember that I annoyed him slightly the last time by questioning his ability with magic and not stopping the queen from getting attacked. So I'm gonna just kind of go, Ozzy! Buddy, old pal, old friend. Displace a beast. Tell me all.
He goes, displacer beasts, are very powerful creatures. They're found in the Feywilds. For a while, they roamed free and hunted the Fey, and then after a while, they learned that they could be tamed, and tamed a few of them. They're mainly used as guards and watchmen. Occasionally, some come over into our world through, they're displacer beasts. They displace themselves between reality. Every now and again, someone may summon one, or they may just rip through reality if they become powerful enough. They can be tamed here, but not often. Why do you ask?
Well, you see, a scraggly old man offered us to play a strategy game with him, and he sent us to a dark, scary place where we had to fight such beasts. It seemed to be under his control, and then we saw God.
You start talking about this, and he sort of rubs his head, and then you say saw God, and he goes, saw God?
Well, the seer, yes.
He chuckles, he goes, the seer doesn't exist.
Well, you should tell him that.
He goes, what was your name again?
FIFA the Cupbearer.
FIFA the Cupbearer.
If you want. I don't like the rrr all the time, so...
Well, Master Cupbearer. As a Master of Mayhem, I have communed with multiple deities. I have seen alleged demigods. I have fought beings from planes of existence mortals should never see.
That's nice.
I have lived over 1,800 years on this planet. I don't see any evidence that the seer, which is a manifestation of the centuries that my counterpart, Master of Mayhem, control, exists.
Well, FIFA's 9 and he's met him.
Ah. How many times have you died?
Twice.
Oh, cool. We've only died once, so maybe you are more experienced.
Yes, I would say so. Is there anything else I can help
What
you
if he was a being of pure mayhem?
Beings of pure... Now that's troubling, because in all technicality, beings of pure mayhem don't overly exist anymore. Ever since, you of course, being a wizard, know the history of mayhem, but for the rest of you, when Mayhem, the demigod who brought mayhem into this world, shattered and died, the Masters of Mayhem took control of the power, and they essentially became the manifestations of pure mayhem. But I couldn't say that. I suppose Mayhem needed to get his power somewhere, but there's no guarantee.
What if there was one of pure mayhem walking around Parsalon right now?
You mean aside from the masters?
Aye.
You're getting into tall tales again, just like the seer. Listen. Your name, again, remind me. He's looking at you,
Oh, it's
Dorcas.
FIFA, the
No,
cupbearer.
he's looking to Dorcas in this situation.
What did he ask?
He asked your name. He hasn't fully, like, met all of you.
Yeah. Dorcas is my name.
Dorcas. Well, I don't know what sort of books they are having students read now, but I can assure you that the idea of, God, what do they even call it nowadays? The fractured, it doesn't exist, okay? Myself, the other Master of Mayhem in Persalon, the Masters of Mayhem in the Old World, we all have convened. We haven't found a sign of another random Master of Mayhem. The fractured doesn't exist.
See.
It is a legend that the first Masters of Mayhem, they said that one could exist. They all had a vision. No, I've never had the vision. None of my counterparts have had the vision. It was just a tale they said to keep people wary of learning magic. Because, as you know, it's very dangerous.
Okay.
Well, we thank you for your time. What was your name again?
Oscar Sommer, the Master of
Ah.
Mayhem.
Oscar, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you, Master Cupbearer.
If you want, I don't really care about the
Of course.
Well, I don't have any more questions. Do any of us? We have to go find a donkey. It's quite important.
Yeah, Simon's waiting somewhere.
Of course, the Queen's mission. Well, I hope that your efforts are not in vain, and I hope that my excursion proves to be fruitful, and hopefully your services will not be needed for very long. And he turns and begins shuffling some things around his desk as he collects them, and allows you to excuse yourselves. Nobody.
Well, that
has-
went well.
Yeah. I'm gonna walk back down the tower and start walking in the direction of leaving the castle grounds.
All right. So you're all trying to head back to the small town now.
Yeah.
All right. You all travel your way.
It was kind of late though.
It is late, yeah.
What?
At this point, the sun has no light at all. It's all moonlight that you all are traveling by now.
I suppose we could take a rest.
Yeah.
If there's
I was
one,
thinking-
I kind of like look up to Vaza as we're like headed towards the direction of Simon. I'm like, if there's one thing I know about assholes, they can only be one thing. That's an asshole.
That's very true, my little buddy. That's very true.
And it's times like those when you just gotta mess with him a little bit. I knew his name was Oscar.
When we next see Ozzy, we'll have some fun.
So do you all
Oh,
want
I start doing like an imitation. I go, I've lived 2,700 years, and I only poop every other Tuesday because that's the Lord's day to poop. I've met the deities and I've died twice. Twice as many times as you have, little goblin. And I'm just like walking the streets.
I love it.
Oh, I love that.
So do you all want to take a rest, or do you want to walk through the night to get to the town?
If we take a rest, are you gonna end us right there?
No, we've only been going for an hour and a half.
Okay.
We know your tricks.
A rest. I think some of us are still not quite fully healthed up from our excursion.
I wonder
so,
why.
Fifi, do you want to have a picnic? Should we have a little picnic?
Picnic.
Would you? You wanna have a
Oh,
picnic?
I've lived 7 million years. Do you think that I want a picnic? No, I want to sit at a table because my old knees can't bend over and clean up my mess in my room. I have no spaces to sit, so we shall not eat. I start laying out the blanket.
I'm gonna grab some firewood and make us something, a nice little fire, so that we can have some warmth.
So are you guys?
A little blanket.
Are you
setting
guys?
a fire
We're
with a
gonna-
picnic
we're-
in the middle
we're
of
gonna
the
have a
street?
Yeah, this is what I'm trying to
No,
figure out.
Okay.
Are you just having a fire and a picnic in the middle of the street? And
I
like,
love it.
Yes.
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 all right.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what we're doing. Yeah.
Alright.
100%.
So you start lighting a fire in the middle of the street, and a guard wanders over and
I
goes.
flash the silver wolf coin. I said,
Move along. Move along.
He walks up and he goes, you're not. I don't.
it's Queen's business. I've lived for 7,000 years.
He kind of like looks at it weird and he goes, oh, okay, I get, all right, and just sort of walks away. He goes, this is above my pay grade.
Don't you know I'm Oscar?
And so, FIFA, you're doing this sort of like, don't you know I'm Oscar? Like this whole, this making fun of Oscar. And you turn away from where the guard was, and there is now someone sitting next to you. And it is not Vaza or Azrael or Dorcas or Gildea. It's none of them. A shadow is sitting next to you. And
Oh,
from,
hello, good sir.
and from the
What
shadow,
was your name again?
a voice goes, that's a very good interpretation.
Oh, thank you.
And he goes, tell me, how long did it take you to perfect?
Oh, a couple of minutes.
A couple minutes. Fascinating. Fascinating. And tell me, do any of your friends seem to enjoy it? And when you look around, you are sitting at this fire alone. There's no one sitting around the fire with you. It's just you and this shadow. And he goes, what do you think they think about it?
Oh, they're not here right now. I assume that it's some magic fuckery.
The shadow kind of chuckles and goes, magic fuckery indeed. And goes, FIFA, bearer of the World Cup. You were given that title at the age 3, right?
Something like that, yes.
Something like that. Quite a title for someone so young.
Yes, it only took me a year to realize it was not real.
Not real, you say? What makes you think that?
Oh, most things aren't real in life.
I suppose in a world of magic and sorcery and things of the like, you can see a lot of things that aren't real, but I would say that title is more real than you'd expect.
Oh,
I mean, you bear the cup. It says world on it.
it is. I wrote it myself.
Wrote it yourself.
I
FIFA,
have to get a new Sharpie. It's kind of fading.
may I be honest with you?
Sure. What was your name again?
The deep, hearty laugh comes from the the shadowed figure and goes, oh, that's not important. If I may be honest, I like you, FIFA. I really do. I think that your innocence drives a certain level of power that, well, you don't quite understand. Similar to your friend Dorcas. I'm going to have a lot of fun watching you kill all of your friends.
See, that's how I know you don't know me.
Oh, really? And
I put on a
what-
show for everybody who knows me. But mostly I put on a show for myself, but don't for 1 minute think that I am innocent.
Then what should I think of you, FIFA?
Oh, whatever you want. I don't really care. But if I'm responsible for getting my friends killed, you can guarantee that I'll die trying to clean up the mess.
The Sergeant Figure now stands and goes, "You see, FIFA, but that's the other thing is, you'll die trying to clean up the mess, but you won't even know you've made it. By the time you do, it'll be too late, and man, this is... seeing that future play out in my head, waiting for it to come. I don't know when it'll be, but when it does, I can't wait to tell you I told you so. Anyway, enjoy your picnic and go easy on the old man when you see him next. He didn't mean anything by it. He just gets a little carried away." And the figure sort of dissipates, and you blink a few times, and you're back around the fire with all of your friends. And to all of you, it just seemed like FIFA was sitting there, zoned out, staring at the fire for a few moments.
Holy shit, everybody.
Yes.
I just had
What?
the freakiest vision I think I've ever had in my entire life.
Of what?
Well, do you remember our friend the shady shit?
The one who killed Alan?
Yeah, he came to talk to me and he told me I'd be responsible for killing all of you, and there was a whole thing. He tried to get in my head, it didn't really work, unfortunately.
Can I roll an
You
insight on
can
FIFA?
drink that drink?
You can roll inside on FIFA, yeah. That is a dirty 20, 18 plus 2. FIFA, are you hiding any emotion right now? I get, because here's the thing, like, I could answer that, but I feel like FIFA's the one who knows how he's feeling best.
FIFA is a little more shaken than he's letting on. However, FIFA doesn't seem to be nervous at all by these threats.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a little more nervous that somebody like invaded his personal mind cave.
So I would say, Dorcas, you probably see a look in FIFA's eyes similar to that as to when you found Alex in the cage. Would that be an accurate description?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
Except, when FIFA found Alex, it was an outward, like, anger.
Right.
That was, like, it was, like, an outward thing. Somebody just came after FIFA. FIFA's not gonna, like, be as shaken
But,
as
like,
when he sees somebody else in trouble.
I would say, like, there's a concern behind your, like, you have a face that's like, oh yeah, I'm all good. But if you were to really look at FIFA's eyes and, like, stare at him for a minute, you'd see a level of concern there.
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
Then that's, I would say, what you pick up on, Dorcas, is that FIFA's appearing to be fine, but when you look in his eyes, there's this concern hiding in the background.
Okay.
And
He also told me to go easy on the old man, so, I don't think we can trust him.
The old man of the
Working
shadowy figure.
together.
Yes. I don't know if they're working together, but they definitely, like, know each other, it seems. Unless he was throwing me off. But he seemed pretty insightful about everything else, so.
Do you all take your rest?
Yeah.
Are we taking a long rest?
I would say yeah. You can take the advantages of the long rest.
The long rest.
You all wake up to the hustle and bustle of, I guess, the higher district, as very prominent nobles and things are coming out to see a picnic with a burn mark in the middle of the street where there was a fire.
We're all like laid down, curled up in the blanket in the morning.
And eventually, you're all woken up by the movement and things, and by Robert, who comes to you all and goes, "Hey, listen, you guys, I know you're working and you're on mission." As he like stirs you all awake, he's saying this. He's like, "But you can't just lay in the street. You can't, like, I gave you your coins, but you can't just throw them around like that."
Oh, so sorry. Oh my gosh, we didn't mean to fall asleep.
Okay, that's fine, but like, you're holding coins. You can't just sleep in the street. You can't make a fire in the high district. Like, there are inns that you can go to those. Like, if we have to reimburse you, we will. Like,
Has there been any harm done to anyone?
I mean, to me, because I have like 3 nobles bitching my ear off because someone lit a fire in the middle of their road and they like everything looking clean.
I'm gonna roll over and go, "Did you bring chicken wings? Bring chicken wings! You need to leave right now."
Okay, I guess I'll leave. How's the progress?
We're sorry, Robert. We got a little sidetracked. We didn't mean to fall asleep all night. It won't happen in the high district again.
I feel like your wording on the high district specifically is my concern. It shouldn't happen in any district. Again, there are inns.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were angry about the nobles. My mistake. I misinterpreted.
I don't, listen. We already got a homeless
It won't
problem.
happen in any district again.
Okay, I can get behind that then. Cool. Awesome.
Roger, we're working here.
Robert, again, and what are you working on? How's it going? Are you helping people? Are you spreading the good word? Because right now you're sleeping on the floor.
Well, you see, we're trying, but we kind of got transported to a different realm.
Yeah, Cody and Oscar were telling me about how you guys had kind of a rough night, and so I'm kind of not trying to scream you awake and like get you off the street because I know you had a rough night, but look, the Queen's plan is sort of working out in a good way. We just need to make sure you guys are a part of the team, I guess. We need to make sure that you can get things done when asked, and so this whole please do good things for the people is kind of a test in a way, but not really. And so we want to make sure that we're putting the Queen's next plan in good hands.
We are on Team Queen, Rodney.
Damn it. Cool.
Roger,
Yeah.
you use too many words, man.
Chicken wings.
That is not how you do that. job.
Wings of chicken.
Let's go. We'll go to a tavern and get you some wings.
Alright, I
Ah.
hope you guys report back well. Sorry for waking you. And he just kind of like
Good deeds. We're
Turns.
doing good deeds.
and wanders off.
You do the finger guns, because
These are finger crossbows.
Twing, 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 twing.
And you're all there in the streets of the High District.
Alright. Tavern. Where's the nearest tavern?
You could always just keep going back to the Blue Star. That's kind of your guys' spot.
Friends, I know that chicken wings are a pretty high priority, but Simon has been alone for a day and a half now.
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna find him.
We are behind him. Simon will be there.
Okay, let's go. If we wait any longer, I'm afraid It's gonna get worse.
Alright, so you
I'm
guys
gonna
are
grab a
you
hunk of
guys
cheese out of my pack and start gnawing on it. And then I'm gonna pass like a little chunk to FIFA.
sure. So you guys want to
Oh,
head back
thanks.
to
I'm lactose intolerant. And I take a bite.
God damn it. Yeah, so you guys are heading back to freaking
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
town. Okay. You guys get back to the town. Oh Jesus. You guys make it back to the town. Again, leaving in the morning. It is now about midday. The okay. The table where the old man once sat. The table's still there. But the game board, the old man, the box that he was sitting next to are all gone at this point. The people around are just kind of, going about their normal day-to-day in this town. You find Simon and the cart that you guys had grabbed with him are both sitting behind the inn, like the main bar tavern for the town. He's tied up, he's underneath a little lean-to, he's munching on some hay, he's okay, and the cart is sitting next to him. So someone has taken care of him for the night.
I kind of gesture to Simon, and I gesture to the tavern. I say, "See, all roads lead to getting shit-faced. Let's go!"
So are you going into the tavern then? Is that what people's doing?
I mean, or we could go do a good deed.
I kind of want to find out if anyone's seen our old man.
I'm gonna go pet
Okay.
Simon and just remind him that I haven't, abandoned him. We're all good. It's okay.
Alright. Simon just sort of blinks at you and tips his nose at you a little bit, but that's about the extent of what you get from him.
We're gonna need to get Simon a friend.
Yeah.
Maybe Simon some battle on
Oh,
We can,
don't worry.
We can name the
Battle.
next one Garfunkel.
Oh my
Jeez.
god.
Damn it. So who wants to do what? Azrael mentioned wanting to go investigate anything about the old man. How about anybody else?
I mean,
Promised an amulet.
so were you gonna go in the tavern to figure it out, Azrael?
I was gonna go talk to the tavern keeper.
That seems like a good option, because I'm, kind of curious as to where this fucker went.
Okay.
I want to beat the pulp out of him.
Everybody else?
I'm
Cool.
gonna
I'll
read
join.
The town sign where the jobs were posted up before and see if there's any others that we can
Okay.
potentially do in case we don't find anything out about old man amulet.
Alright. Dorcas?
I'll go with Eza.
Okay. So let's go with Vaza and Dorcas, just because they're gonna stay outside for a minute, and then we'll go into the interior. So you guys wander over to the bulletin board that's posted up in the middle of town that sort of says, what people need help with. Vaza, the board looks different from when you saw it last time. There were a few different reports of things that people needed, but now there's only one report still sitting there, and it is the missing persons report of a sentinel.
So we still have the missing person that we could go and look for. Is that the daughter?
Of who?
Was that something to do with the sick daughter?
No, the sick daughter was a mission from the mage, who said that he needed his wand back.
Oh yeah.
What's a sentinel?
The sentinels are those guys that Oh, jeez. I feel like I've explained this.
Sorry, you probably have.
No, it's okay. It's a world lore thing, so it's fine. Everyone would kind of know this. So Sentinels are soldiers, not really soldiers. They are mercenaries, similar to Witchers if you follow the Witcher universe, where one of the Masters of Mayhem started this order as a way to protect people because adventuring became less and less popular. They are trained from a very young age, and when they turn 18, are fused with the spirit of a wraith to give them inhuman-like powers. They can use very basic forms of magic in order to channel mayhem into their fights, and can call upon their wraith powers to essentially go berserk and fight better in battle. You saw a couple of them when the attack on the capital happened. They were the ones that had that first attacked the shadowed figure and then were almost instantly killed.
So one of those is missing.
Correct.
Azza,
Yes.
what is your take on all this?
Really freaking weird.
Does it concern you that our supposed enemy has now approached two of us?
3, really, because you were with Gildea when they approached you.
Aye.
And nobody's been aware of what's happened. To
Thing
have
about
that
this-
much power to make everyone else blind to what's going on, but be right there.
You ever feel like you know something is wrong? You know that everything you're being told, there's something being left out that's probably pretty crucial. Yet you cannot figure out what it is.
Not been given the whole story from anyone.
Or have you given it?
No. But then
Not say as I blame you for that, though.
there's things in my past that have made me who I am today. I still have to listen to those voices in the back of my mind that remind me that not everyone is who they say they are.
You displayed a level of trust when we were in the game. I know that was not easy for you. I know how big a gesture it was. I just wanted you to know that.
Accepted. We must look after the little one.
Perhaps he is hiding something. I'm not sure what.
What have you picked up? What are your senses telling you?
Some of what he does is a front. I was with him. And we were in that man's torture chamber. I caught a glimpse before he could mask it. Then again, after he had the visit from the shadowy figure. Don't know if it's necessarily going to be bad for us. I don't know that it's going to be good for us either.
It will be interesting if the shadow appears to Asriel or myself.
Aye.
It could be trying to sow dissension between us so that we turn on each other.
It could. No, rather. The beginning and probably still some now. There's someone who doesn't really trust anyone. Strangely enough, I find that giving a trust to someone like that is a little bit easier. I don't really know why.
To the shadow person?
Oh, to you.
Oh, to me. I'm sorry, I misunderstood the implication there. I was distracted by a waft of chicken wings.
Tifa's like at the door of the tavern, a plate just.
All right, let's jump over to what's going on within the tavern. So, FIFA, Azrael, and Gildea, you three enter the tavern, and it's midday. There isn't a huge crowd. There's some people seeming to, just have conversations over lunch. Some people are drinking. FIFA, as you look around, you do recognize the wizard that you had given a gold coin to stay at the tavern is sitting at the bar. And yeah, it just seems like a very relaxed crowd in here.
Oh my gosh, I need to talk to the wizard.
All right.
So the game master is not here. I take it.
No. Out of the few faces in the bar, I'll say without a perception check, you don't notice anyone who resembles the game master.
Okay.
That's not me saying you have to do a perception check. That's just me saying you don't notice the game master.
Yeah, but that means that I want to do a perception check.
Very well.
Oh my god.
There's a lot of people in this club.
What the hell is with our rolls?
Couldn't tell you from Adam.
Oh my god.
For those of you at home, Gildea just rolled a natural 1. Critical
It's
failure.
like the 5th one tonight.
It's real bad. It's bad.
Thank God, tonight's not a combat night.
You don't know that. There's still a lot of time.
The night is young.
Is it though?
All right. You're all in this tavern. Gildea, there's a lot of people. FIFA, you see the wizard. Azrael, what's your take?
I would like to talk to the tavern keeper
Sure.
and see if he recognizes an old man with a shiny amulet from yesterday.
You approach the man and ask him these questions, and he is a, kind of heavier set man standing on the other side of the bar, and he goes, no, can't say I remember any older man. You said he was sitting outside?
Yes.
I mean, we get the occasional beggar come through here. Not many pay much attention to him. It's probably just passerby begging.
Was anyone else here yesterday that I might also ask?
Do you recognize anyone from yesterday? Or are you asking the tavern keeper if there is
I'm
anyone?
asking if the tavern keeper, if he recognizes anyone that might have seen yesterday.
He kind of looks around and he goes, I mean, these are all regulars, so they're, they live here in town. I don't imagine, I don't know. You can ask around, but just don't annoy my customers. That's all I ask.
No
If I
problem.
could get
Official queen's business, as you say.
He kind of goes, yeah, right.
if I could get a pint, sir.
Absolutely. And he turns and pours a pint out from the barrel behind him and sets it in front. And he goes, that's a copper.
Ooh. Cheap drink in here.
Well, we're close to the city, so we have to combat, their higher up bars and things. So if you keep it cheap, you get more business.
Oh, there's your copper, my good man.
Thank you.
So.
Alright. So, FIFA, you said you wanted to talk to...
Yes, I would like to talk to the wizard.
Alright.
Hello, my wizard friend. How the heck are you?
He kind of jumps for a second, like startles as your sudden approach, and then looks down and he goes, "Oh, you're the one who gave me the gold to stay here."
Yes, I'm so sorry. We were about to go on our mission, but we got sidetracked and we had a bit of an existential emergency and crisis of faith sort of thing. You know how these things go.
He kind of chuckles. He goes, "Oh, I know all about that." He goes, "So,
We still want to get you the components to help that man's daughter. What was the daughter's name again? Was it Blair?
sure, why the hell not?" That's probably not right. I probably said the name, and that's not right, but we're gonna go with it.
I don't remember either.
He goes, "Yeah, I don't really need components so much as I lost my wand in that crypt outside of town, but..."
That's right. Thank you. Sorry, it feels like a month since I've talked to you. Really. Can we just get a refresher of what you need?
Yeah, sure. I mean, we talked yesterday, but so the man who lives just 2 houses up the road, his daughter's sick, and I promised to heal her, but I, of course, don't have my wand, and he's angry at me for not keeping up on my promise. However, when I went to go get the materials, which I have, to do the healing spell, I lost my wand, and I can't channel magic without it.
So we need to go get the wand from the crypt.
Exactly.
Question.
Sure.
Could you cast spells with my focus? And I hold up my staff.
He sort of narrows for a second. He goes, "That, I don't know. What is your staff made out of?"
It's you.
You?
Yeah. It's
he...
not made out of soul. No, it's not made out of you. It's you.
I know what you meant.
YEW.
He picks up the staff and kind of holds it in his hands for a second, and he goes, "I don't know. Let's see, something simple." And he cracks it on the ground, and sparks, not crack as in like break, he like smacks it against the ground. And sparks kind of shoot up out of the top wildly with like no clear direction, and he quickly lets go of it so the magic stops, and he goes, "I don't think this one's made for me."
Right. We wouldn't want it breaking into 10 bits.
Oh, right, of course.
Great. Well, we will do our best to. What are you? Are you like some kind of like wizard?
I'm a wizard, yes.
So like, what if I had another wizard who had an arcane focus for like a wizard?
Sure, I could probably try theirs. It might be a little more accurate.
I'm really worried about this little girl, and we're going to go get your wand, but I just want to make sure that we can't like do the healing spell and then go get the wand.
Sure, I could try your friends if they have one. I can't guarantee anything, but I could try it.
I don't think he uses a wand though. I think it's like maybe a rod. I don't know. I haven't really been paying much attention, if I'm being honest. But let me go find him and see what I can do.
All right.
We'll do some networking. We'll get you meeting him and him meeting you. You can add each other to your little rotaries.
Of course, I look forward to meeting him.
Very well. I'll set it up.
All right. Azrael and
Yeah,
Gildea. Azrael, you said you wanted to ask around a bit. Gildea, you bought a drink.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm pestering the people around the bar.
Okay.
Flashing my way, kind of like I'm a cop.
Gotcha. Okay. So you go to a table, and do you just immediately approach with the coin?
Yeah.
Okay. You approach, coin in hand, just like, what do you say? How do you do it?
Listen, I'm looking for a person of interest.
See?
The guy sitting at the table, there's a man and a woman sitting at a table, and the guy kind of looks up and he goes, "Okay."
Have you seen an old man with a shiny amulet?
No.
Where were you yesterday night?
I don't know. I was here, I guess. We usually come here, and like the girl nods, as well as staring at you like, what the fuck?
Do you have an alibi?
Roll intimidation. I feel like you're trying to grease him up. You're like, come on.
It might not be a natural one. We need something.
Six plus 2, that's an 8.
Hey!
It's not a natural one.
That's not a one!
It's not a 1.
Things are looking up.
He kind of looks at you and goes, okay, you want an alibi from a guy who drinks at a bar about confirming he was here drinking at the bar. And
Yes.
he turns and like he looks at the bartender and he goes, hey! And the bartender looks at him and he goes, how many last night? And the bartender kind of looks at both of them and goes, between the two of you, 6. And he kind of like looks at you with his hand up like, see?
Alright, checks out. Don't leave town.
And like you say don't leave town, and as you walk away he kind of, you don't really see this, but he turns to the woman across from him and he goes, where the fuck am I gonna go? And alright, Kildea, do you have anything that you want to do?
There's there was like another table of patrons.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, there's another table.
Okay. How many patrons at said table?
I'd say this one has 3 people. Kind of a mixture. It has 2 dwarves and a dragonborn sitting at it.
I would like to get 3 more pints, Tavern Keep.
They all smile at you, and the dwarf goes, well, that's a friend of mine, and pulls up a chair and goes, sit down! As the Tavern Keep starts getting the drinks ready. And he reaches out a hand to you, and he goes, name's Shirak, what's yours?
Gildea.
He
Shirak.
shakes your hand very firmly. He goes, nice to meet you, and looks at your armor, and he goes, ah, and taps like your breastplate really quick, so it makes like a ting. And he goes, Milan, she knows the ways. And the other dwarf kind of chuckles and claps at that, and the dragonborn just kind of shakes his head.
And who might your companions be?
He goes, my compatriot here, and he points at the dwarf. He goes, everyone calls him Shimmer. And he points at the dragonborn, and he goes, and this is Scales. And the dragonborn kind of slaps him in the head, and he goes, my name's Richard.
Okay. Nice to meet you all. Is this one of your favorite haunts?
He goes, well, we're kind of, farmers in the area, and this place has cheap drinks, so we stick around.
It does indeed. I was pleasantly surprised.
The tavern keeper now brings the drinks over and sets them down, and Shirak goes, so, as he takes a big sip from the pint and goes, what can I owe this kindness, Gildea?
I just thought I would. I haven't done a whole lot of mingling on this trip I've been on with these other ruffians, so thought it might be good to connect with some wholesome folks.
He chuckles and goes, "Oh, we're just a couple of scoundrels, aren't we, Scales?" And Richard slaps him again and just goes, "I don't know why that started. We are farmers, and Shirak here runs the farm we work at, but we don't really get up to much, I'd say."
That's alright. Sometimes a little bit of nothing is the best kind of something.
He smiles and goes, "Yeah, I would say so." He goes, "So, you're traveling. Where to?"
Well, so far, it's just been between here and the capital.
Oh.
The Citadel.
He goes, "Well, that's not a terrible
recently.
walk."
Nah. It's not too bad.
Shirak takes another big swig and puts his pint down, and he goes, "You should really get out towards the docks. That's where the fun is." And
Docks?
Richard looks at him and he goes, "Tell me the last time you were at the docks." And Shirak goes, "Oh, I was just there. Oh, when was that?" And Richard goes, "So, yeah, the docks, they're nice. We don't get there much, but they've got some fun things going there."
Okay. What kind of fun are we talking about?
Oh, well, it's, where everyone from all the different countries and things come together, Everyone from Persalon has to meet there if they're coming to the Citadel, so you meet some pretty interesting people. There's always at least one bar fight.
I can appreciate that, for sure. Always like to watch and analyze other people's combat styles,
So you say that, and Shimmer kind of taps on the table and makes a gesture at Shirak. And Shirak goes, "He wants to know if you're a fighter."
Sure am.
And Shimmer makes a few more symbols in the air, and he goes, "Would you fight him?"
I'd give you a spar.
And he goes, "Great!" and slams the pint on the table. He goes, "Then it's settled!" And as Shirak stands up, he looks at the barkeep and he goes, "Round him up!" And we're going to step outside to Dorcas and Baza.
I don't know what else
You two were discussing...
I know we were just,
you two were discussing what, about each other, and you were standing in front of the board. FIFA said he was going to go out and see if he could find Dorcas, last I knew. You're muted.
Yes, so I'm going to grab a plate of somebody's eaten chicken wings that I found as they've started to get up and leave.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna bring it out. I'll be like, look, found. They left the crunchy bits. They left the best part. Sorry, I got distracted. Dorcas, what do you use to cast your spells?
Why do you ask?
Well, I need a strange man to use a wizard's arcane focus. He tried to use mine and it just didn't work out.
So correct me if I'm wrong, I did meet this person once, and did I determine that he's not actually a wizard?
He seemed a little sus, but I don't say you determined he wasn't a wizard. He seemed a little out of it.
You mean the man we met before?
Yes,
Played
yes.
that strange game.
Yes, you see, the child is sick and he's got the cure. No, not the one that made us play the strange game. No.
No, we met him before we played the strange game.
Yes, before we played the strange game, there was the man who lost his wand.
Let's see. And what is it exactly you're wanting me to do?
Well, you see, he needs to heal this little girl to earn a place to live. But he lost his wand, so he can't. And I tried to let him use my staff, but it's not right. I think his blood type was wrong. His blood type was like wizard, and I'm druid.
Yeah. Let's go and have a chat with this man then. Unless there's something else, Vaza, that you would like us to do first.
So are we walking back as Gildea's walking out? Are we gonna like kind of bump into?
So
or what?
you all walk into the tavern to go talk to this wizard man. And as you do, you see a very interesting sight. All of the tables have now been flipped on end and turned into a very large circle in the center of the bar.
Oh my gosh, no, this is new. Wait, this is new and much more exciting. Forget whatever I just doing.
Gildea sits on a small bar stool on one side, with Azriel on the other side of the tables, as almost a coach. On the across from Gildea sits a dwarven man who is pulling off his overcoat and cracking his knuckles as two of his friends are taking his things from him. Azriel, behind Gildea, holding up a hand and trying to call out bets as the barkeep is sitting on the bar with a very large gong.
This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Hold on. And I'm like starting to gnaw on the bones.
The barkeep goes, "All right, I want it to be a clean fight. As those of you who regular here know, I will detain the rules for those who aren't regulars." And looks towards Gildea when he says it. He goes, "No cheap shots. No magic. No healing." He goes, "If at any point your opponent passes out, you stop fighting. If you leave the ring at any point, you forfeit. And if you're thrown a drink in the middle of the fight, at least drink it before you smash the glass to not waste alcohol." And everyone around the bar cheers when he says that. And he goes, "It's best of 3 rounds or first to eat dirt." And he slams the gong and a loud ring goes across the bar and he goes, "Let it be done." And Gildea, I would like you to roll initiative.
So, just
Yay,
clarify.
yay.
Yay, yay.
Is this a, like, in my armor with my mace kind of fight, or is this like
No,
a fist
it's
fight,
it's
no
a
armor?
it's a fist fight. You've probably taken like the top half of your armor off, like all the big bulky stuff.
So, do I need to, like, adjust my stats?
No,
Like, how
I will say that like with the top half off, you'll probably keep the bottom half of your armor on. So I'll just keep your current one as is, but all of your attacks will be unarmed strikes.
Okay. So I need to.
But because I'm taking your weapon away, I'll let you do 2 attacks, in like a round. You know what I mean?
Okay.
That
Sure.
makes sense. Cool. All right, so you will go first.
Okay. Where do I find?
Unarmed strike should just be one of the attacks that's
There we
already
go.
laid out.
Okay.
Right. It's a 15. That. Oh no, I pulled up the wrong page. Give me a second.
Ooh!
Can I go over to Azrael and say, what in the name of Ios is happening here?
Yeah, Azrael, you want to explain what's going on as I'm looking for the right page that I accidentally didn't turn to?
You see, she bought the dwarf drinks, and dwarf thought she was tough, so the dwarf wanted to fight. And here we are.
So she did someone a kindness, and now they're fighting.
Have you ever met a dwarf?
So with that, we cut back to the fight as Gildea throws the first swing, and it matches the armor class, so it is a clash immediately. You take a swing, and the dwarf catches your fist and throws his own punch, and you catch his fist, and you're both sort of locked in this hold for a few moments. And he will then try to attack you with an unarmed strike. Yeah. That is a critical failure. So
Yes.
go ahead and roll your damage. Oh, is it just automatically 4?
That's what you rolled.
That's what I rolled.
Oh, to me it says +4, which is weird. So you, as you're both clashing, you do throw your head forward and you slam into his, which makes him let go. And there's a resounding ooh amongst the patrons. And Shirak, like, sort of hops up over the tables that are making the wall a little bit, and he goes, "Don't let her get in your face!" And, like, drops back down over the tables. And it's you up again, because he took his turn to get out of the clash.
Ooh.
22 absolutely hits.
22.
It wasn't 22, yeah.
All right.
I think it's going to be +4 because I think it's just her modifier.
Oh. Interesting. That makes sense.
What did you say, Patty? It cut out.
Oh, it's her modifier, so an unarmed strike is just your strength modifier.
Oh.
Gotcha.
There's no dice roll with it.
I guess not. As long as it hits. Uh-oh.
What?
We just lost all cameras.
Okay.
To me, it lost all
So
cameras.
Oh yeah, they're all gone.
It's +1 plus your strength modifier.
Did we all get kicked out of the room?
Yeah.
We
Weird.
did.
All right, everybody call back in. That was weird.
Goodbye.
We're back.
All right. All right. He is going to swing at you, and it's a 3. He rolls like garbage. Kind of dizzy from this headbutt, he takes a swing and just whiffs it completely. We still don't have Beardy's up.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay. If you need me to refresh the link, I can do that. 14, that does not hit.
Dang it.
So you take a swing, and he's able to duck underneath your fist before you can get a shot off. Azriel, what bets are you taking? What are your odds? What are your... I want to know about this.
Oh, you see, so most of the regulars are betting on their dwarf compatriot because he's a regular.
Hang on a second. I'm gonna roll for that. I'm gonna roll to see what split of people are doing that.
I was gonna say I'm kind of trying to hedge that a little bit in their favor so that I can kind of bet in the opposite way and get a little bit more money.
Mm-hmm. That's why I'm
So
rolling.
can I roll my deception against that?
Alright. Go ahead and roll deception. +4, of course, because you're a fucking rogue. Get a nat 1, please.
That's
Critical fail.
That's a natural 20.
Fuck's sake.
Oh my gosh.
You are very easily convincing these people that they're right. They got it. Their bets are right. That dwarf has kicked some ass in the future, or in the past, and is gonna do it again. God damn it. Alright, I'm gonna roll to see what the fucking pot is right now. Let me grab some fucking dice here. Okay, this. This is ridiculous. This is one of the dumbest fucking things they'll ever let you get away with.
Oh, we're just getting started, Saul.
Alright. 11 gold is currently in the pot of what you could win. In terms of the fight. Alright. So. Who is up? It is the dwarf. He's not gonna roll.
Yeah.
Alright. It's a 14 to hit.
Nope.
Damn. Alright. He swings and whiffs it. Can't hit you. What's everybody doing during this fight? I want to know what's going on around the bar as people are throwing hands right now. 9 does not hit.
Yeah.
Alright. So, out of hope to not just roll single hits right back and forth, right? Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna roll a d20. And I'm gonna make it a dexterity modifier, right? Yodei, I want you to do the same thing. And we're gonna see whoever wins is, we're gonna say, doing better in the fight, and we'll do like 3 of these checks to see who comes out on top. Best 2 out of 3.
Oh.
Okay. 9. That's a nat 20. I can't even lie about that. That's a nat 20. Okay. Second one. 12. Okay. That's an 8, so you won that one. 14. 16.
No!
She was doing so. Okay.
Okay. I just figure so that way we're not doing this back and forth of single shots the whole time of not a full party fight. It would be easiest to do this. If you guys have a problem with this, I'll go right back to fighting the normal thing right now.
I mean, her advantages don't lie in dexterity, though, do they?
No.
Do you want to do strength
So-
instead? I can do
Yeah,
strength
That
instead.
would be where my advantage
Yeah, that would be.
lies.
I mean,
Okay,
she's a
we-
soldier. I feel like she shouldn't
And I
be
feel
going
like
down.
that's where a dwarf would also be swinging too.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
do. We can
Yeah.
do strength then. We'll do it again, but in strength. I said dexterity because
Okay.
I was thinking like, how much can you hold up taking hits? But if we want to do strength instead, we can do strength.
This is a bar fight, so
That's a good point. That's a good
Okay,
point.
wow.
That's a 6.
Wow.
I rolled a 15.
All those good rolls from the last game are just that was
Yeah.
this is balancing.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20. That's a 10. So you won that one. 1 for 1. This will decide it.
Same thing as last time.
No! Fuck!
Critical failure.
Oh my
I
God!
redid it. I redid it. I can't lose this roll. I'll roll it, but I can't
If you
lose
roll,
this
if you
roll.
also, what if you also roll a 1?
If I also roll a 1, technically Gildea wins because she will have 1 more point. Y'all ready? I won't lie about this. I know I lie about rolls sometimes. It's a 15. It's a 15. It's a 15.
Fuck.
If it was a 1, I would 100% been like abso-fucking-lutely. But no. I'm sorry. Gildea, no way it swings. You got your ass beat.
Damn.
So there's a few minutes of Gildea and this dwarf just kind of trying to get used to the height difference as they swing at one another until eventually the dwarf realizes that his ability to maneuver around you is where he gets his advantage, and in 3 rounds is able to knock you out and drop you. You aren't fully knocked out completely. You are dazed but unable to continue the fight. And there are cheers and yelling as the, ring is now turned into tables again. And as it is, the bartender goes, "Well, guess the champion reigns." and goes back behind the bar. The Shirak, the other dwarf, comes up to you after you're brought to your feet and kind of dusts it off and goes, you know, it was a good fight, and holds out his hand for you to shake again. And, you know, shakes your hand firmly, and he goes, but unfortunately, you just can't beat the champion.
Not today.
Richard walks over to Azriel and goes, I believe there's something you owe me.
I seem to have misplaced it.
Oh my god.
He goes, that's fine. And he grabs a hold of your collar, and you see, like, the color underneath his scales start to light up. And when he opens his mouth as he's talking, you see a light in the back of his throat. He goes, you owe me money, elf.
Can I step in?
Yeah. What do you want to do?
I want to kind of push him back to get him off of Azrael and say something like, problem here.
The color seems to fade away a little bit, and he goes, your friend here was taking bets and lost.
I'm going to turn back to Azrael and say, is it true?
There might be some truth to it.
How much does he owe you?
I believe at the end was 7 gold.
What if you and I were to make a little wager of double or nothing?
He kind of, you know, straightens up a little bit, and he goes, Shimmer. And the dwarf who won looks over, and he goes, double or nothing. And Shimmer goes, like, does some hands, like some hand signals in the air, and he goes, he's asking if it's against you.
You're talking about a fight against me?
You said double or nothing.
Okay, I suppose I did.
You mean to put me back in the ring?
No,
Oh,
I
you
meant more of a.
You
I meant more
don't
of a
want to fight
contest.
Dorcas. Dorcas is a mean, ferocious fighter.
Roll persuasion, FIFA.
Wizard, I don't care for
You should fight. You should fight Vaza instead. It'll be much more even.
This entire time I've been stood at the back corner of the tavern, and my stoic face has immediately gone up.
It's a natural one.
I've rolled nothing but natural ones all night.
How does that even happen?
You say this. FIFA, you say this, okay? You say you don't want to fight Dorcas because he's ferocious. Shimmer walks up and sort of taps Richard's arm, and Richard looks down, and Shimmer does some symbols and then points at FIFA, and he goes, alright, double or nothing against the goblin.
It is very clear that winning those feat of strength,
Okay.
something you're. Which,
And I'd say, Dorcas, you better have that gold.
winning a feat of strength is something that is clearly very easy for you. That is not what I was proposing. I am proposing a test of will.
He goes, what'd you have in mind? And he kind of, you know, crosses his arms and goes, we don't really do things different around here.
You're welcome to deny my proposal if that is what you wish to do.
Well, if I deny your proposal, then your friend owes me 7 gold.
But if you accept it, then I owe you 14 should you win.
He takes a moment and goes, you know what? Alright. double or nothing. This time, your terms. 14 gold on the table, and reaches out his hand.
I reach over and shake his hand.
You two shake hands, and Shirak turns to the bartender, and he goes, "Bartender!" And the bartender looks back at him, and he goes, "You know the drill. Round them up!" And that is where we will end this session.
Incredible. I legit thought FIFA was about to be in a fist fight. I was about to turn into a mouse and run away.
So if I pull this off, you owe me big time.
It's incredible.
Alright, I want to thank all of you for coming and hanging out with us. Episodes 1 through 8, if you're not caught up, are all on my YouTube channel in their full length, so they're going to take a while to watch, but it's okay because we won't be back for another, oh my goodness. Let's see. No, well, next week is our typical Dark Souls run, which Mystic and Mr. Nerd and I do. And then the 19th would be our next game.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So we'd be able to do that.
Okay.
Okay? So then we won't be back until the 19th. Does anyone have a problem with that? Because I usually say, expect us, and then sometimes someone at the end goes, nope, that's a problem.
That is the day of my stream anniversary, but I'd be more than happy to spend it with all y'all.
Aww.
Well, maybe we'll think about it. Maybe we'll do something big for it besides just, our normal stuff. So yeah, the 19th is when we'll be back for this. The 12th, next week, is when we're going to be doing our Dark Souls race. And yeah, so thank you to Blair and Ames who all cheered bits. Thank you so much. Mystic, thank you for bringing your crew from your stream over. It really means a lot. Unholy, you followed, and that is amazing. Like I said, all of us, Patty unfortunately no longer streams anymore, but the rest of us stream, so their names are above their heads. If you want to check them out, and you haven't before, you absolutely should. They're amazing. And yeah, we will be back in 2 weeks with more D&D. And yeah, be safe out there, everyone. Have a good one, and safe rolls. All right.
Bye.
Bye!